Boom! Welcome back to another episode of JT Discussions. Jorge has sent me a video for us to react to. All I know is that it says Gladiator movie on it, so I'm assuming it's a Gladiator movie. Anything to add before we get into it?
It's a trailer for Gladiator 2, which it's pretty safe to say a sequel to the classic Gladiator movie with Russell Crowe.
Okay, so you think this one's is set after the initial one?
Well, this will be my third time watching this video,
Okay.
like I was telling Tyler.
Yeah.
So yes, and plus I've known of rumors of that they're making a sequel to Ridley Scott's masterpiece, and yeah, I'm ready to watch it.
Let's get into it.
I remember that day. I never forgot it. That a slave could take revenge against an emperor.
Where were you born?
I don't know. I never knew a mother nor a father.
You will be my instrument.
Who are you?
Did you hear that crowd? The greatest temple Rome ever built. The Colosseum. Because this is what they believe in. Power.
General Acacius, there are victories yet still to come.
Rome has so many subjects, she must feed them.
They can eat war!
The arena turns slaves into gladiators, then gladiators into free men.
You have something in you. I knew it from the start.
Did you now?
Rage. That rage is your gift.
This is about survival! Survive! Hold together, and when it charges, break for the wall.
Whose head could I give you that would satisfy this fury?
The entire Roman armies.
Too much?
The general will do.
Rome must fall. I need only give it a push.
We make it out alive. Alright. Tears on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors.
This ring belonged to Maximus. Now I give it to you. What is the dream of Rome?
Blood stains.
The people are not free.
Get the hell up out your seats.
I was owned. Now I will control an empire.
I will not waste another generation of young men for their vanity.
Strength among us! This how Rome treats its heroes!
Tears on the mausoleum floor. Blood stains the Colosseum doors. The gods have spoken!
This. Oh, wait. Okay.
Right?
Ready to watch it. When does it come out? I didn't say when it comes out.
It's coming out though.
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
It's on its way. Yeah, Denzel Washington. Oh my god, he's a great actor.
Denzel.
He's in so many good movies.
He's in a lot of good movies. I'm curious if he's gonna be Jumba. Jumba is basically Maximus's best friend, second best friend in the original. He's the one that, buries the little figurines of his wife and daughter in the Colosseum. He's like, I will see you again, but not yet, not yet. I'm curious if that's actually him or not. I'm pretty sure his name is Jumba. Barely says his
I
name.
haven't seen the first one in I don't know how long.
I've seen it like twice, 3 times since I've lived here.
Oh really?
Yeah,
No, I've been
Yeah.
here for the moments.
So we're gonna watch that movie again.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the trailer. But one thing I thought was cool is I think Denzel was saying to the main actor, like, that he knew he was gonna make it. That he said, yeah, I knew you were gonna make it. Like, why? It's like rage. You have rage, blah blah. That will fuels you. And like nowadays, like we're told not to like be angry or feel emotions in general. Like,
Right.
Or the emotions we're told that we're allowed to feel are all ones that are sad that make us weaker. You know, but people don't actually know how to leverage like anger or rage. It's perceived to be a bad emotion to have because of the outcomes people do when they don't control it. Like if someone is angry, they go kill somebody, it's obviously a bad thing. But it's because of the rage or the anger, or because they know how to control it properly.
It's very interesting, yeah.
And so like it's something I've always noticed over the years of people always like don't be angry, are you upset, or like always trying to circumvent people feeling that kind of emotion. Like, why do you feel this way? You should be happy, joyful, and content, and this and that. But as you mentioned, rage can be a very powerful tool.
Interesting. Were you ever like by your parents or anything? Like, why are you angry? Are you angry? Like, called out in that way?
My dad likes to. My dad makes a lot of jokes, right? So
Right.
we have a couple different sayings and phrases in our family.
Right.
And one he says is DBA, which is not what you think it is. His is don't be angry.
Okay.
And so like we'll just say it randomly.
Yeah.
And I was in high school as a teenager. That would piss me off so much. Like I'm not even angry. I wasn't even angry. But now I'm angry because you tell me not to be angry. You know,
Right.
that would piss me off. So yeah. Yes, but like not like always in a serious way.
I'm thinking because
But I was always good at controlling.
exactly.
For the most part, I always put it towards something
Right.
and not take out people or anything.
So good. So kind of like me, what I was trying to get to, because you said right now being angry is bad because you can control it. It's like, well, with us, my parents was like, "You angry? Why you angry?" And it's like I was kind of annoyed, and then because they called me out, I'm even more angry. But I feel like we controlled it because we're not doing like what we want to do, which is throw a tantrum and like actually, we bite our tongue. We take deep breaths, and I feel like, yes, I'm angry, but I control it.
But I'm a human being. You're supposed to feel all these different emotions like anger and sadness and this and that. But it's not about what you feel initially. It's about how you use that going forward.
What's like a good word? Because like we could be angry and just be like this, but I think what you were trying to hint at earlier was like angry but acting on it, like school
be productive with it.
bangers.
Yeah, using it to be productive in other ways.
But what's a word for that? Like explosive, rage, or
the actual emotion itself.
Yeah.
Rage is the one he used in the trailer.
rage. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, because rage is like you're raging out, but you're not
It's kind of a
angry.
verb.
Yeah, it's like the act of like expelling your frustration. Expelling? I'm gonna use that word. Expelling.
Yeah,
Expelling your frustration.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it looks like a very complex storyline.
Yeah, I noticed the Coliseum was like in the water.
I heard they did that.
There's a boat, and all of a sudden there's a shark in there. It was like, what the heck?
They did
Because the first one, like, people just go in there and they fight against each other or whatever, you know?
They had a tiger.
Yeah, they had animals too. This one's like, they have like the ocean, they have like a shark, they have like, it seemed very complex in that way. I guess that kind of, like, I guess after a while, a person fighting another person gets old. A person fighting a tiger or a lion gets old. So how do you keep upping the ante to make it more entertaining for the populace, the people?
Well, for the longest time in our advanced, evolved civilization, we've had pugilism, which is just two guys in a ring, gloves, just hand to hand, just fists. Some might argue that got too boring, so we put them in a cage, allowed them to kick, choke, and do all that stuff. So it's, if things get old, or you need, we're naturally as humans trying to evolve in every way.
Well,
so,
it's funny how like recently some sports have evolved to more violence, while others have evolved away from violence. Like the NFL, for example, it used to be, when it first started, it was the most violent. And they spent the last 40, 50 years to try and cover their asses from all the lawsuits and CTE stuff, concussion stuff over time, and then making the sport even more and more and more safe, where like you can't handle all these extra rules they're putting in to circumvent that kind of level of violence in the sport. Well, MMA, like, you know, like from boxing to this to like everything possible within a ring, for the most part.
Right.
You see, like, maybe not in the U.S., but other countries around the world, like all the
2v1.
Yeah, all kind of like crazy different combat scenarios of like one giant dude versus 3 girls, or like in Russia, they like 6v6 running around the whole arena. Like,
that would be cool.
There's all kinds of different combat scenarios coming out in different countries.
Yeah. I mean, essentially, it's just, I've actually been there to the Coliseum.
Oh, really?
When I was 16 through school, I remember the director / principal said something in preparation of the trip, right? We had a few meetings after school, through school, educational purposes, right? Whatever. And I remember, out of context, he said, masturbation is to sex what is sports is to war. So it's like sports, essentially, this at the time was just a sport. It wasn't actual war.
Yeah.
Even in that, like, time period, there was still war, and their sports were still pretty deadly. The closest thing we have to that is, like we were saying, combat sports.
Yeah.
Like, the people still died, you know, during, after, the effects, after a long career in that, you end pretty bad mentally, at least.
Well, that's a funny analogy too. I stuck on the analogy because it's really good. Because like, you masturbate because if you can't do the real thing, right? So you play sports, you do sex, you can't do the real thing.
Right.
It's a really interesting like position to put it in, because that implies that the real thing we really want to do is go to war.
Exactly. Which is, I think there's a book called The Art of War.
Yeah.
And in that, I haven't read the book. I'm not a reader. In that book, I think I heard someone who was reading it once say that the quote in there makes you realize that throughout all of human time, ever since humans were born, documenting what they did and everything, there has not been one single day of peace in all that time. I mean, there's wars right now.
I mean, it's true for the U.S. I know that, but that's only recent.
The U.S. was born
off of war. Born off of violence.
Was the product of war, you know? So this is definitely going to be a movie that I hope lives up to the hype. That's another thing, because
I think it will.
It was such, like, Gladiator's my top 3. I was thinking about this today. It's Fight Club. I broke the first rule, but you know what? Whatever. Rules are made to be broken. Rocky, just Rocky, first one, and Gladiator. Those, I can't even put them in order. They're just the trinity of, like, put one of those on and, you know, I kind of want to, like, memorize the script, the dialogue, as if it were a song, which is. So Gladiator is definitely.
I would say that, but I can't memorize songs very well, anyways. So I'm awful with songs.
I know one song. I know for a fact. I know a song he's memorized.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know what you're referring to.
The alphabet.
What?
The alphabet. ABC.
Oh, that one too. That one too. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that one, forward and backwards. But anyways, let's end the video here. Let's also see a different camera angle we've done in the past. Let us know if you like it more, like it less, or is there anything you want to talk about in the future. Thank you for watching this, and see you guys next time.